Hey, my people, first see the face and hear the voice, you know a rum ram the chuck and we're back at it again. But first, I want big up all of my loyal subscriber them. I want big up all who like and share the video them, continue to tell a friend to tell a friend. And my people, don't forget about the anthem. I was still on our way by growing this channel, which is Rum Ram the Chucker for this 2025. But we now waste no time, man. We have a talk about Spice. Everybody know the dancehall queen Spice, known as Grace Hamilton. My people, just the other day, after Spice planned a school tour, you know what I mean? Because you know Spice always giving back to schools. Yeah, man, Spice always do a lot of giveaway back to school. Couple years ago, Spice gave away $5.3 million to back to school. But, unfortunately, people, you know, after Spice planned him back to school tour, or him school tour, right? I think Spice do like about 2 school tour, like him visit 2 school and get to perform, you know, the clean version of its songs. But unfortunately, a group of people, which is church people, which is the pastor and a couple church members, you know, never feel pleased with Spice going to school, you know, and performing and interacting with the younger generation, the younger fans, which I don't see anything wrong with that, because that is not Spice, that is Grace Hamilton. Spice a Spice band, dancehall stage where everybody know that Spice sing out Skin Out Me Doom Doom and all them little song there. But when it come on to Grace Hamilton is more professional. When it come on to about advocate, is Spice an advocate? No. Grace Hamilton is an advocate. Alright. With the other word, activist. Is Spice an activist? No. Grace Hamilton is an activist. My people, when it come on to Spice, everybody know how Spice behave on stage. Different. Spice is a dancehall artist, and that's how Spice interact with her fans. That's how Spice make her money. That's how Spice get people to gravitate to him by singing certain songs. But when it come on to Grace Hamilton, people, come on, pastor, when it come on to Grace Hamilton, it's a different person you look on, because you have to understand that Grace Hamilton also have a young son that go to school, and also have a daughter that she have to be a role model for. You know, Grace Hamilton have to be a role model for her 2 kids them. And for the pastor, when never come out, or no churches did come out when pastor do give back to the school, and I give back $5.3 million 2 years ago, right? No church did come out and say don't take the money from Spice because she's a dancehall artist. She sings certain like a song where you cannot, you know, the kids they're not supposed to hear. Remember, people, nothing hiding from the kids. And nobody can hide anything from kids nowadays. It's best you sit down and talk to your kids and tell them what is right from wrong. But for Spice school tour, where the church a fight against, you have to remember, you know, people, the church cannot do it by themselves, and we see a lot that going on in the church. So the church is no different from dancehall. The church is no different from how other dancehall artists behave on stage, because everybody see a lot that going on in church. The church is them getting exposed. Not every church, but my people now have to look on it. If Spice want to go interact with her younger fans, why is the church have a problem with Spice, which is aka Grace Hamilton? You cannot expect that Spice that on stage are going to bring the same behavior to a school. You have to understand, Spice a Spice, Grace Hamilton a Grace Hamilton. And everybody know Grace Hamilton is a different type of person when it come on to speak in her mind, to be professional. And I don't think the church should even get involved in a fight against Grace Hamilton to go to school and perform or its song them and interact with the school children them. You know what I mean? Get to know them get to know her, taking pictures and all them something there. Because you have to understand, Spice when on stage is not the same Spice as Grace Hamilton when she go to certain venue. You know what I mean? And my people, Spice come out and deal with the pastor in her own way. Yes, man, Grace Hamilton, she deal with the pastor in a the Grace Hamilton way, because the pastor was so surprised because they never know that Grace Hamilton, aka Spice, dancehall queen, was so intelligent. You know what I mean? Could have speak so respectfully and professionally, because Spice bring it professionally, because now to understand Spice is an international artist. You know what I mean? So not because you see a person be a certain way, you cannot judge that person by him behavior, or you don't want to call that person out the character, because that's what the pastor exactly did, calling Spice out the character. But my people, this is what Spice said when a meeting was called. Hear what Spice said.
Me or not, it doesn't mean that the kids are not a fan of me. So whether you feel like I don't influence them or not, I influence them. So the fact that I influence them, I may be the one that can speak to them and say this is wrong, whether you think it's right or wrong. Now I'm going to go into the Bible, since as we went into the Bible as well, and I'm going to go, if you want to open your scripture and let us read, let us go to First Corinthians. And in 1 Corinthians, and I'm a woman of King's James first, and I think it's verse 27. It says, 1 Corinthians 1. But God hath chosen the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. For me, I think you look at me foolish. So this meeting was necessary, because today I hope I'll be able to confound the wise, and I'm going to continue. God hath chosen the weak things of this world to confound the things that are mighty. I see the church as being mighty, and that is what is happening, because something that should have been encouraging the children, the mighty church, Mr. Shaped, it was the same God that never cast out anyone. He was a man of God that joined force with everyone. When they brought to him, because you used that word, Mr. Shutterworth, and said, I'm promiscuous, or I'm talking about sexual accusations about me, and he said that I was promiscuous. Now when I look at that word means a woman that sleeps around with more than one man. I've only had 2 public relationships in my entire life. I'm 42 years. So that was very wrong from a pastor coming from his mouth to say those things about me. Now when you know anything about me, yet you went on to elaborate and you speak on my character more than one time. So it shows that you do know about me. So that again is another lie. So what I want us to realize here is that we're talking of the issue of school. We're speaking on the issue of school. But I want the church to realize that you cannot do it alone. When you're grooming a child, it takes more than one party to raise the child, which is why the Ministry of Education is saying that they needed to speak to the parents, because whatever is affecting that child affects them here at school. So whether you are a fan of me.
Yes, my people. So after Spice speak her mind, I wonder how the pastor feel with the other congregation, or what they want to call the followers of the pastor. Because why you're fighting against, and that's the thing, you know, people always saying that the dancehall artists, them now do nothing to Jamaica. Them making the money and going and flying and doing this and buying that. But when somebody trying to help the kids them and be a mentor for the kids them and all them little thing, they don't like that. You know what I mean? When a person can, you know, if you understand, you know, they're saying that dancehall artists is to be blamed for the kids' them behavior. Wrong. I don't believe so. Because there's a lot that on TV and in these movies that kids learn from. You know what I mean? What can the church teaches the school child what Spice cannot do, aka Grace Hamilton? To read the Bible, to believe in a God. But Spice, aka Grace Hamilton, can do the same. But me just feel like that pastor specific don't like Spice, aka Grace Hamilton. And if that pastor have kids, one of the kids' favorite artists would be even Spice. When you check the playlist on in iTunes or whatever, in store music, them Spice good for you night. Some people, one thing me notice with Jamaicans, or a lot of Jamaicans, and a lot of people, not only Jamaicans, you see, because people look upon you a certain way and judge a certain way, when you're trying to make changes or you're trying to do something good, they're looking at you the same way because it look like people don't like changes. They don't like changes. And in my opinion, and in my honest opinion, there's a lot of school that Spice give back to. Spice give back to a lot of people. And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people don't like that. And people, it's just very sad to all the pastor come out and trying to defame Spice, aka Grace Hamilton. You know, trying to make Grace Hamilton, aka Spice, look like is a bad person, is a bad influence going to the school and performing for the kids them. Remember, everybody have their audience. You know, everybody have their supporter. And you have to understand the younger generation is what's supporting a lot of these dancehall artists. The younger generation is what making these dancehall artists get recognized, get views on YouTube, because the older generation not supporting these artists because them think that every artist come out and sing up underneath woman, describe this, describe that, and singing about, you know, violent songs. But not everybody. Even if a person sing about violent song, they didn't tell nobody to pick up the violence and go do this and do that. No, they didn't say that. You know what I mean? But I'm not saying that, you know, singing certain type of song is right. You know what I mean? Because you have to set example. But as Spice, as a mother, let me address her as Grace Hamilton as a mother. You feel like, say, Spice or Grace Hamilton, let me use Grace Hamilton, would I go to a school and behave the same way how she behave with her adult fans and a stage show where she get paid to perform? Come on, Pastor. Look into it. This even make a lot of more artists who don't want to do something like this that Spice, aka Grace Hamilton, is doing. Because I don't see the churches going to the school. I don't see the churches going to the school. I really don't see the churches giving back to school. I don't see it. All we see a fight and all this, and them a call out pastor and pastor fight against pastor. So it's no different from dancehall. So when you see a dancehall artist trying to do something back far, their country or their community, allow them church, make them do what them have to do. Because it's not everything that the church believe in is always right. It's a bunch of hypocrites that go to church. Yes, a lot of people is a bunch of hypocrites that go in a church and say them a praise Father God. That's why a lot of people choose not to go to church or choose not to go to certain church. They prefer stay in a them house and read them Bible and go up on their knee and pray. And for what the pastor do, that meeting have to all call. You know what I mean? That Spice have to speak her mind and adjust the pastor correctly, because it look like the pastor even as a Spice. Oh, Spice want to go to school, go do this and do that, and I sleep around with more than 1 or 2 man or 3 man. Spice is a money person. Basically what the pastor say. And Spice have to adjust that. And Spice have to adjust the pastor to let the pastor know, and everybody that was in that meeting, that she know her Bible. She's a God-fearing person as well. Not because you see me behave certain way on stage. Don't believe that when I'm off the stage, I'm going to behave that same way. I'm that same person. No. Because a lot of people, look on it this way, people. A lot of people think that Vybz Kartel, Bounty Killer, and a lot more people is an aggressive person and all they deal with is violence. No. But when you get to know the person, when you get to sit with the person and talk with the person, then you see that they are a different person. They're different in their personality. You know, the personality that they bring out there on stage is different in person off stage. And a lot of people fail to understand that, and the pastor is failing to understand that. You as a pastor were supposed to come out and support Spice, aka Grace Hamilton, and the school tour. Yeah, fight against her and a fight against the school tour. That's, they have to cancel the school tour. You come out and a fight. What kind of church is that? What kind of pastor are you? Before you support, that's a lot of more dancehall artists can do. And see Spice come out and do this and do the same thing. Wanted to go to school, wanted to go and sit and have a talk with the school children them. Because remember, you know, people, the parents maybe cannot change the students' them mind or them kids' mind. But come on, somebody that them look up to, somebody that they look as a role model for them. You know what I mean? That person can change a person's mind. Go to school, take in your schoolwork. You know what I mean? Don't disrespect teacher if you want to be a dancehall artist like me. You have to can read and write. You have to can this, you have to can that. Come on, people. Look how much things that we see where the church do. Look how much offering money where the church them take away. Look how much sacrifice we go on in a church. They should not attacking Spice, but Spice been getting fight for the longest in our career, you know. Spice been getting fight for the longest in our career. And Spice is a fighter. You know what I mean? Spice is a fighter. Yeah, man, when you look on it, she is a fighter. Because a lot of fight she get as a female artist. A lot of backburner them put her upon, but she still fight her way. She still fight her way and come out and deal with it how it's supposed to deal with. But I think that to all me see the pastor come out, you know what I mean, and addressing like Spice is a bad person and it is wrong for Spice to go to school and performing, you know, with her younger fans, her younger supporter. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, because when Spice give back to the school, them gladly if take the money. And if Babsy Green, Minister Babsy Green was there as well in the meeting, and if Minister Babsy Green didn't have a problem with that, oh, who is the church? Who is the church? Is the church the government? Is the church is the Minister of Education in Jamaica? Is the church our the one that run the Minister of Education now in Jamaica? Why they can come out and think that who's to ever to go to school and who's to ever to go to school and do this? Nobody now go to school and perform and promote violence and promote skin out me this and skin out me that. No, nobody now go to school and promote that. No, everybody want to interact with the kids them, because a lot of kids right now is misbehaving, and it's only the artists them that them say, you know, should be setting example is can go and even have the kids them have a mind, a change of mind, and you know, change them behavior towards certain things, because they want to be like that role model that they idolize. You know what I mean? Because a lot of younger kids, a lot of younger female idolize Spice. You know, based off how Spice behaves on stage, people, come on, when you know see Spice in person, is a totally different person. Totally different person. Spice is our own advocate. You know what I mean? An activist. And my people, who have to just give credit to where credit due. Give Caesar to what due to Caesar. You know what I mean? Spice is a good artist. And Spice, aka, you know, Grace Hamilton, is a different person in her personality in the public and off the stage. But my people, I feel like that pastor just don't like Spice. Yeah, man, that pastor and the rest of them don't like Spice. And that's why they fighting for the school tour to be cancelled. And, you know, I'm glad Spice come out and address the pastor and address to the public and speak how she feel about how the pastor address and I try to fight down the school tour and make the school tour have to be cancelled. So I hope when time Spice come back and I do her back to school give back or giveaway, the pastor, the church can come out and cancel that giveaway and say they don't want nothing from Spice as well. You know what I mean? The school them not supposed to take nothing from Spice or no donation, nothing at all. Because if you come out and trying to defame Spice or call her out her character in a smart way, you know what I mean? But you know, if you understand, you know, not because you know see people behave certain way. I know everybody is uneducated. I know everybody, you know, is shallow-minded in a certain way. So, pastor, you have to know what you do. My people, this is Ram the trucker. All who don't know me, are going to know me now. Until then, one of me knows, I'm out. It's a lifestyle moment. Happy Sunday to the whole trucker nation. Yeah, man, big up on yourself. My loyal subscriber them, my loyal supporter them, who love what me I do, who love my content. Continue to support Trucker Nation. Big up on yourself. I'm out.